Oh, what's up, everyone? Coming at you live on Saturday night in the Miller Club. It's late. Not really. It's kind of late though. It's 10:15 on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon. It is about 20 degrees outside, and it's lightly snowy and really windy, and that shuts the city down. So I've been stuck inside all day. Everything's closed in the city. Took a nap. Now I'm awake. Now I'm gonna be up all night because I slept too early. So yeah, so I'm gonna do some sharpening. Took an edible. That's gonna kick in here pretty soon. I hope. Ate some Little Debbie snack treats today. That was my main source of caloric intake. Was some Little Debbie's Nutty Buddies. Nutty Buddies, they're pretty tasty. Couldn't stop munching on them. They come in 2 packs, which is fun. -6 degrees here in Kansas. Fuck that. That's too cold. That's too cold. Well, tonight, I think we're going to sharpen this. This is what we sharpened earlier. This cool Sabenza. And for the same fella, he sent me 4 knives in the most expensively posted mail parcel I've ever seen come in. It's got a bunch of insurance on it. So better take good care of these because he obviously cares about them. So we'll do this Hinderer. I like jade. Jade's cool. Interesting on this knife. So we'll sharpen that. I kind of want to. I'm actually wanting to use the Hapstone RS, not just because I want to create content with it. I kind of want to use it. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. It's a little bit different to use than my Cadet, and the way you have to stroke with it, and it makes it kind of different, to be totally clear about it. Okay, let's get this clamped on the flat. Let's see where we can clamp at. Right about there. Draw a straight line from tip to heel, kinda-ish. Got a little more tip sticking out than heel, so it's not going to be quite straight. All right, let's get this thing clamped down. It is sitting in there nice and solid. Of course, I have the one and only best root beer in the world, Henry Weinhard's. Henry Weinhard's root beer, gourmet soda made with cane sugar. It's so good. Let's see what that's funny. Okay, where's my marker? Draw on the edge. I think this guy's getting a mirror. Let's make sure, because it's important to know that. Yes, getting a mirror on the note. Didn't really check how sharp this was before I clamped it, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be sharper than it is now. Okay, I don't really can't remember where these edges usually are at on Hinderers, so we're gonna have to find it. I forget. Okay, it is higher than that. Go to our macro adjuster back here on our Hapstone RS. I think it's still a little bit too low, so we're going to adjust it more. Pretty steep angle. Keep on going up. Get pretty close. Let's check the other side. Let's see what angle we're at right now for reference. Oh, okay. We're at 22.5 degrees right now. We're getting kind of close. Getting pretty close. I think we might leave it there. I think we're going to leave it at 22.5 degrees. This side lines up real nice at 22.5. Okay. I got a heater in here. I feel like one of those women at every workplace who have to have a space heater underneath her desk. But you know what? I'm doing that right now. And it's kind of nice. Okay, tape off the Ricasso. This has a nice, big, gigantic finger choil, sharpening choil, gaposis at the end of the edge. So shouldn't be too hard to avoid hitting anything, but we got taped off anyway. Okay. Now let's do some sharpening. This tip is kind of good at point here. This is a 20 CV Hinderer. I don't know anything about Hinderers, but I know there was some controversy over this steel on them. I don't know if that was a specific time frame of knife that had 20 CV steel or whatever. But I remember there was some controversy over that. Got a burr. Got a burr. I'm flipping it. We're profiled. It's edged pretty good in the factory. Just we're pretty close to right on 22.5 on both sides. Minor amounts of reprofiling near the belly and the tip just to get it at the same angle, but nothing crazy. Oh, we didn't check our stop collar. We're good. Okay. This I'm finding if I hold it like this, I can do that. This is like the grip that works for me, that doesn't put my hand over the end of it and like cause a vacuum suction or poke me in the hand like that when the tip comes out. Hold like this, you have good control over it. It's comfortable. I don't feel like I'm losing control over it. Like some positions I feel like I have less control over where the stone goes than others. That's why I hold it like I do on the TS Prof with my whole hand. Sup, Weston. Yep, sharpening a Hinderer. Sup, Facebook user. Hinderers always seem pretty chunky. They are ish. They're less chunky than some other knives like this, to be honest. They're not too bad. They have a lot going on. They look like they're very busy and heavy, but like this one's like half G10, half titanium frame lock. So it's not that heavy of a knife. It's not super thick. It's about as thick as my Shaman. It's as thick as my Shaman is. Maybe less. It's less. No, it's the exact same thickness as my Shaman. So it's kind of chunky, semi-chunk. It's plus size. You'd hit it though. You'd hit it. It's okay. The flippers on Hinderers I can't handle. I just can't figure out why they're so big. They're like a trigger on a gun. They're kind of weird to use. They're so big. Okay, got a burr. A little one. Do one more pass. And let's make sure we're all good and burred up. Can't get past the pivot screw. They bug me, but I like the ZT1. Let's see what the pivot screw looks like. Yeah, that is a problem. I forgot about that. It's a flathead. There's a flathead, but it's not like a Shirogoro half kind of flathead that's stylized. It's just a flathead. Plus size is good. The flipper does seem a little dramatic. It's a lot going on, and this is not even the worst one I've seen. Okay, let's do this 150 on the second side. Make sure I get this all the way apex. It's not really creating a burr on the belly. Make sure. I think we're there. I hate it when I do an edge and then I find out that I didn't really apex the edge, or make it as sharp as I should have. So we're just gonna make sure this is done. This part needed a little bit of extra work when we started. There we go. 400 grit. We're done profiling. Yeah, we got it. There we go. The one thing I'm trying to figure out the system is sometimes it feels like the rod gets sticky, or I can't tell if it's the rod or the stone gets like slow on part of the blade. I can't figure out if it's like the angle that the rod's at is making it like push against itself, or if there's something on the stone. It's kind of does it every once in a while. So I just put some cleaner on the rod to make sure there's no gunk on it that's causing it to stick. Do not lubricate this rod with oil. I did learn that lesson. It just gums it up. It's too tight of a rod connection here, and it just makes it stick. You can try to put oil inside of this rod. Just making sure everything's lined up. It looks good. Jumping up to 800 grit now. It's pretty easy to learn how to use this system. Like, if you're thinking about learning how to sharpen, do not be intimidated by this system. It's pretty fucking easy to learn on. If you watch me do this a couple times, you can do it like without much problem, without fucking anything up. As long as you protect your knives and take your time, you too can sharpen like this. It's not that difficult. Trying to get the satin kind of pattern on the belly to be all unidirectional. Keeps on kind of having like some splotchiness to it. Making sure it's all the haze is gone and all the little micro scratches are out that we can get out with this stone. Okay, before we move on. Okay. Sometimes you have to work the tip in different directions to get like all the facets of it, kind of like to make sure the stone hits it just right to polish it. Sometimes you have to kind of go forward, backwards, and from the side, and to really make it work all lined up on the very tip to the tip. $2,000 grit now. Ooh, my heater's getting nice and warm underneath my disc. Liking this. So this is about as wild as my Saturday nights get anymore. It's weird being nearly 40. I still feel like I'm a kid. Wasn't that long ago when I would have been out trying to get drunk, even though it's snowing outside right now. I'd be freezing cold. I'd be outside waiting to get to a bar or something. I'd do whatever I could to get some booze. Definitely when I went to the liquor store before it snowed. That would have been like a catastrophe if I wouldn't have had booze and it was snowing. And I would have done like a fifth a day, drinking wise. No more. I haven't had a drink in over 5 years now. The best decision I ever made was to quit drinking. It saved my life, and that's not an exaggeration. This is coming out pretty good. We're not going to do this as a crazy mirror. We're not going to do this as an 8K mirror. Those cost more. I have to charge more for those because they take me a lot longer to do. When this is a 2K mirror, it's a good looking mirror still. It's not really that much noticeably different, except for kind of on video when you hit it at certain lights. So now we're going to go to our strops. Start at 3 micron. We're going to go down to 0.5 micron. We set our angle at 21.5 degrees or 22.5 degrees, right? Yeah, 22.5 degrees. Use our micro adjuster to go down a little bit. Okay, let's give us a quick strop. Doing just pulling strokes and working your way down the edge, trying to get any scratches gone. You're really trying to remove the burr is the primary goal of the strop, but for us, we're trying to polish this because we're doing a mirror. We got gunny juice. This is a 3 micron gunny juice strop. So the strop is a piece of kangaroo leather with 3 micron gunny juice on the backside of it. Looking pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna switch to 1 micron strut. And then we'll do one more after this. So this is my $30 mirror. This is a polished edge. This is what I've been doing for mirrors for the last year, other than recently when I started doing them up to 8K for fun. Those ones take longer, so those ones are only for special occasions. I don't voluntarily want to do those all the time. They're really a lot of work. The last couple that I've done take me like twice as long as a normal edge, so I can't afford to do those all the time. This one looks nice. This one looks great. And it'll be sharp. And it won't be perfect if the microscope, but that's okay. Okay. Last drop, we're going to do a 0.5 micron. Okay. This is about how long it should take me. It should take me about 20 minutes to mirror knife if I am not talking and I'm not making a video and I know what I'm sharpening to start with and what I'm using. I have all my shit here. It should take me about 15 to 20 minutes to do an edge. So that's about right for the video at 25 so far. And we're wrapping up right about now. If I'm doing this off camera, I like to be able to do 3 knives an hour. That's kind of my goal. That way I'm actually making reasonable money and not killing myself for nothing. But doing it on camera, I take my time. It's part of the process. It's more fun. I'm making money, but I'm also making content. Which is important to me, which is worth money. Okay. Got a magic eraser, get some marker off. Okay, there we go. See, it still looks great. Yeah, it looks really good. Wow, it's very sharp. It's sharp. It's shiny. It's done. Sweet. Well, that was fun. Now what? I've learned a lot from your lives. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't sleep, up with allergies. Doing a live. Whittle some hair when it's done. You know what? I can't whittle hair. I don't know how that works. I can't. Like, I'm not saying my knives aren't sharp, but I don't know how guys do that on film, to be honest. It's not easy. What grit are you using to put a mirror on? This one, I did the 2000 grit. This is my polished edge. This isn't my mirror edge. This is my polished edge, though. Which I go up to 2000, and then I drop down to 0.5 micron. It's very nice looking. It's basically a mirror for all purposes. Like, I don't know if I can tell the difference between this 2K. I did this one for fun at 8K. So that's an 8K mirror. That's like a $35 edge. And this is a 2K mirror, which is like a $30 edge. And they look the same kind of. It's nitpicking it. Well, that was fun. I'll do this again. It's 10:46. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, and if I'm still like in an hour, I'll come back and do another live. So, thank you all for joining me. It was fun. Sharpening Hinderer. If you're on YouTube and you are not a member of the Facebook group, you need to be a member of the Facebook group. So go join it. If you're on Facebook and want to watch old episodes of Sharpening Shit with Tom, go subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at Thomas O. Moore. Peace out.